What up, React gang? So today I am going to watch something that I wasn't like crazy about watching. It's called the TINDER SWINDLER, and this is like not the TINDER SWINDLER, but I guess lessons to be learned from the TINDER SWINDLER. So if you are struggling with dating, I would, I guess, suggest watching this. I've never seen it, so we'll see. We'll see. I don't know. So let's get to it.
This video is about the dating lessons from the movie The TINDER SWINDLER.
TINDER SWINDLER.
Highlight 4 key lessons
Four key
people
lessons.
should learn from this very fascinating documentary. To find out more, please stay tuned to this video.
Stay tuned. Stay tuned.
Welcome to the SCG show. Please hit the like button for the YouTube algorithm and turn your like
no,
button
nigga.
for sponsor BetterHelp. The link is down.
If I get value from this, I will like
If you've not seen the documentary
and subscribe.
TINDER SWINDLER on Netflix, here's a synopsis, and I'll
Synopsis.
that this will contain spoilers. It's a film that tells the story of an Israeli conman, Simon Leviev, who used the dating app Tinder to locate individuals he then emotionally manipulated into financially supporting his lavish lifestyle.
Wow.
He would charm women with lavish gifts and take them to dinners on private jets using the money he borrowed from other women he previously conned. He would later pretend he was being targeted by enemies, often sending the same messages and images to each woman, indicating that he'd just been attacked with a knife, and that his bodyguard had saved him but got hurt in the process. He then asked his victims to help him financially due to the breach of security, allegedly hindering his use of his credit cards and bank accounts.
This nigga.
And then women would take out bank loans and new credit cards in order to help Simon Leviev. He would then use the money gained through the deception to lure new victims while essentially operating a Ponzi scheme. Later, he would pretend to repay his victims by sending forged documents, showing fake bank transfers, and then break off contact completely with his victims. Here are the dating lessons to take on board
Who
the Netflix movie
taught him?
TINDER SWINDLER.
This dude was taught by the devil. Like, that's
If you're
crazy.
enjoying this video, please hit the like
Yo,
button.
stop. Yo, stop being so thirsty, nigga. Dang. It's the second time you asked me, dog. No.
Screen and vet people. In the documentary, Simon was ahead of his victims, as he had the social proof to display to the women who would ultimately end up scamming that he was this rich diamond seller, etc. Therefore, he had a big following on his Instagram with lots of pictures wearing Versace clothes, private jets, fast cars. And there were actual fake news articles and official-looking websites of his company and his alleged Leviev family.
Wow.
It looks legit to a certain degree, and too good to be true, which I'll touch on in the next point. So there were reasons to kind of trust him. But that does not mean you do not still screen your dates, no matter what. For example, I'm a successful young man myself, and I'm transparent and honest with all women I date.
All
and
women.
meet off apps and in person. Yet despite all of that, women still screen and vet me and ask questions about my family, my heritage, my business, where I'm based, and so on. Because ultimately, they want to be careful that I am who I say I am. That I have.
If I wasn't, then why would I say I am? In the paper, the news every day I am.
Give me a chance here. But they're sensible. And this is way before even the documentary had come out. And I have nothing but respect for women who act like this. This is how to screen your date. If you've met off a dating app, I'd strongly suggest a phone call or FaceTime video call.
Yep.
At least 30 minutes to see if this person is who they say
Yep.
they are. If they like you or are genuinely interested, they'll do this, or try to. If they're a catfish, for example, they'll definitely won't do the video call, or maybe even the phone call. That way you eliminate the mystery created through text, or even voice notes, and you see and hear the person actually speaking back to you. Next, ask their intentions. People do not want their time wasted off dating apps, so don't be shy in asking the other person, hey, what are you looking for? Be sure of this yourself. If you want something fun, ask for fun. If you want something serious, ask for serious. Do this before even signing up. Again, of course, they could be lying to you, but ask them this on a call and hear their response. See how they word things. And finally, vet your dates. Towards the end of the documentary, it became rather easy to find out who Simon Leviev really was and what he was up to, aka he was cheating on women and scamming many around the world. Vet your date. Google is your friend. Maybe search the words scam arrested, prison, jail next to the person's name. And you may find the truth that would have eventually come out over time. When things seem too good to be true, something out of a fairy tale, a movie, early on, it most likely isn't. Let's go back to the movie. In the first date, Simon lured one of the main girls in the movie to a fancy hotel in London and then straight onto his private jet abroad. Now, the girl in question was no doubt unspeakably naive, a little bit foolish, and her friends were texting her on the plane something like this, like, you don't know this guy and you're already flying out somewhere with him? You're doing what? This sounds not safe. I'm worried. This sounds too good to be true. Be careful. What's going on? However, the woman in the film just replies with the lines, YOLO. And that YOLO ended up with over £250,000 worth of debt that she's apparently still paying off across 9 different credit cards.
That's crazy.
It's too good to be true. There are many layers to this, aka they look amazing, sound amazing.
$250,000.
My next point, and it feels so magical. Can only imagine what was going through some of these women's head when they were in fast cars, on private jets, getting expensive gifts, restaurants. Oh, I feel like a celebrity with this guy. This is the life I've been dreaming about.
Wow.
I cannot believe I'm on a private jet. This is exactly what I never thought in a million years would happen. I'm dining at the best, most exclusive restaurants with celebrities, all paid for. What a life. Look, superficial stuff is all well and good, but what really does that person bring to the table? Also ask yourself, why is this person pulling out all the stops to impress me when they hardly know me? They don't know anything about me. I mean this in the nicest possible way. But if I had a private jet and I was rich and single and on Tinder, I'd never bring a random woman away with me, especially for the first date.
Yeah, that sounds like some movie shit.
Both ways, from the inviter to the invited. AKA, I'm bringing a complete stranger on my private jet.
Yeah.
Am I really going to go on a private jet with a complete stranger? Sadly, Hollywood and Disney movies have led us to believe that romance can happen instantly and life is all sunshine and rainbows.
Yep.
Well, the reality is
That nigga could be crazy.
an unforgiving, nasty place full of people who could very easily scam and ruin your life. Always remember, when it's too good to be true, even at a very low level, remind yourself that it probably isn't, because eventually, either way, you're going to find out the truth. Now let's discuss love bombing. There's no doubt that Simon Levy manipulated his victims into falling in love with him, which essentially made the scam easier in the long run. Why would anyone max out credit cards for a person you kind of liked but you weren't sure about? You wouldn't. That is why Simon played the game like a classic narcissist, where he would shower his victims with gifts, affection and attention, and over-the-top gestures, aka love bombing. What is love bombing? Love bombing is characterized by excessive attention, admiration, and affection with the goal to make the recipient feel dependent and obligated to that person. In the documentary, Simon used this extremely well, and early on, making these sadly naive women fall back. If you can see how much these women fall in love with him. They'd say,
Oh my gosh.
he was my everything. I loved him with all my heart. I put a heart next to his name on my phone.
Wow.
He was a king. He was my prince. He was just so wonderful and charming.
And a scumbag.
If you're hooked, aka you'll find me in love, comes the real person, aka the mask slips. He'd very cleverly mention he had enemies and how he was on the run sometimes, and that he could eventually get caught, and God forbid something bad would happen. The anxiety would increase in his victims. Oh my God, I don't want anything to happen to my poor Simon, my beloved Simon, the man.
Man, fuck Simon.
And that is when he'd create a fake story of him being in danger or attacked.
Oh, Mark
And
ass.
his victims would send money through payday loans.
Wow.
It's disgusting how he managed to do this.
Yes.
And it makes me sick to my stomach. But when you've been love bombed and manipulated, you do everything. You're so lucky it didn't happen to you.
Yep.
Sadly for women and men, there will always be scam artists, liars,
Yes.
narcissists, abusers, creeps, sociopaths, online and offline. And by the way, I've not been paid by Tinder or sponsored at all. It's just
At all.
This is the world we live in. There are professional scam artists out there. And Simon Leviev was in a league of his own in that department. The imagery, manipulation, the gameplay, the time, money, investment and energy put into creating the fake bond was on another level of scam. And to the people who are writing off online dating or frightened to fall victim to such a person, once again, thank your lucky stars it was not you. As I said to you, I was scammed once by a woman, not to the degree of these other women, but something similar happened to me. I am humiliated and ashamed by it, and I don't want it to happen to anyone else.
At all.
But on the contrary, in my personal social circle, my brothers
contrary,
on
contrary.
a dating app. My best friend is married to somebody they met on a dating app. Another woman I know has 2 kids and is married to a guy she met online. Disgusting scam.
Okay.
But do not let that rule out dating somebody online or offline for you. There will always be good and bad in life. Just don't be naive. And I hope you use this video to learn about narcissism, toxic people, scam artists, to identify the red flags that you can see early on and run in the opposite direction if you're met with them. Just do not be so naive. And you'll have a better chance, God forbid, of avoiding a Simon Leviev, etc. moving forward. Hey, thanks so much for watching.
All right. So I will admit that towards the end, which I didn't know was the end, I was like, yo, this thing is long as hell. This thing is boring. So I'm obviously going to edit the crap out of this. But yeah, let me know if you got any value from this, what you think about it. And again, I'm not liking this guy's video. I'm not even going to subscribe. No hate to him. I just found it very boring. I don't even know if I'm going to post this. But yeah, thank you guys so much for tuning in. And until next time, deuces.